So I've been working on my pre-sketch for my imp painting. As you can see, I've done liking this in a grey brush marker and a few highlights of brown with this cheap pen that I have. And then I've just masked off the edges here to give a nice square edge. Now this car is like a cream colour, light apricot kind of colour. So to contrast that, I'm going to add like a teal background, like a monochrome teal background. So I think that'll be kind of cool. So I'm going to do some watercolour paints. So I've got my water here. It's not that clear, but it's alright. And I'm just going to go on this blue, teal I think it is, maybe. Yeah, that'll work. So for the monochrome background, what I'll do is I'll just apply like a wash first, and then I'll start building up layers with slightly darker places. When it comes to masked edges, I'm just going to press down a little bit harder to ensure that a crisp edge is achieved. I know this bit of the car is underneath the masking tape, so I'll have to just repaint that when I get round to it, when I peel off the masking tape. Sometimes I do apply the paint quite heavy, but I can always just blend it out with water. So let's get a nice thick layer up here. Then I've got my water. Just like so. Maybe to speed this up, maybe I'll get a bit of tissue or something. Yeah, that'll do. So nice. Dab it for a bit of texture. So that's kind of like the texture I like there. So where's my brush? Brush. Has overlapped a little bit there, but it'll be alright. And once I've done this background, I can then work on the car. And rather than do black shadows like the wheels and that, what I will do is I'll just add the blue tone to follow the dark shadows of this as well. I don't know if I want to do teal directly on here just yet. We'll add the light apricot colour first and see how it goes. So they might muddy it up a little bit too much. Mix some blue with the orange, which has happened in the past and I don't want to happen again. I want a bit of a smoother edge on the bottom there, so I'm just going to dab that edge. And just smooth it out. Like so. Then I can start applying a bit more heavier colour. I think going to the darkest area just here would be good because it'll help really pull everything out. And with the monochrome background, it doesn't have to be too detailed, it just has to be the emphasis of the vehicle itself. So, because I want more of the attention to be on the front car, not on the back. So the light will be coming from this direction down, so I'll be putting the shadows just on the inner edge there. Maybe just a few lines to associate there to bring out the car a bit. I need a few paint splatters, I think that'd be kind of cool. So I'm going to get lots of water here, lots of colour, and just pick a random marker. This will just help generate more texture. Still a bit white bit there. There, that's better. I can go with my paper towel just to dab that. I might do these windows in that same colour. A little bit of reflection, so on these chrome wheels, a little bit there. It's quite heavy on this bit, so I can use that as fuel. So darken up this area. I've just realised a problem. The brown marker that I used is not waterproof, so it is kind of gone. Never mind. It's kind of handy now because I've got heavy colour here which I can use to fuel this lower bit, which means I don't have to go back to my palette. And I've got this bit which is heavily watered, so I can get some water there and some paint there. I'm just feathering that bottom edge so I don't want to be too solid. Okay, so I think that might do it for the background. Maybe just a touch here. Just want to emphasize the shape of the car a bit more. Okay. So now I'll go into the apricot onto this bit, and also I need to finish off cloth and masking tape and reveal this. So I think I start at the top here. So just carefully, yeah, it's left a nice crisp edge, which is good. And just while this is a bit wet, I can just blend this in, a bit of water. And let's take off these side bits. This one, yeah, looks good. Again, just this little bit sticking out. Let's blend that in. Okay, now I'm going to clean my brush and go with the apricot at the bottom. I don't know what colour it is per se, I'm just really need to get this blue off. So back to my palette, and I pre-wet these beforehand, so I dropped a little bit of water in there just to make it run a bit smoother. Twirl the brush to get plenty of paint on, and let's see if this works. Still a bit of blue on the paintbrush, but I'll use this for the low bits of the vehicle. Okay, so let's do this whole thing, the rest of the car in time lapse, and then I'll update with the progress. Okay, so this is what I have so far. As you can see, I did put a bit too much yellow on here. It's not showing up very well on the camera, but I added a bit more of a pinky kind of tone. Now the main problem now is I've added a lot of colours in here. It's kind of washed over everything. So now the contrast is kind of bad at the moment. Well, kind of muted. So I need to add some more white and black highlights on it to really pull it back together. So if I can find my tools. So for instance, this needs to be darker on the grille. If my pens will work. So I'm going to add some more, just a few black tones, not too much because I don't want to make it too dark. Just like that on the light, see how much more vivid that looks. Maybe a bit under here, and this will be the number plate at the front. I have still got some of the blue tones like on the bottom of the number plate and that. I want to kind of keep that in there. That keeps the bottom of the car grounded into the background, so the background doesn't look like it's just there, but it's actually part of the vehicle. Maybe black tone there. Just like so. And then for these wheels as well, let's smooth this out a bit. This is quite a chunky marker that I'm using, but I can go back over in the white gel pens to just thin out a little bit. And with the white gel pen now, start adding some more depth to that contrast. So see how much more vivid that looks. I'll be doing a white outline around the whole vehicle as well. The top of the vehicle is a bit too saturated, so I will go in with a paintbrush with some paint just to thin out that bit. So just get my brush. So let's just line up this area here. This kind of does blend with the light orange that I have, or the yellows as it shows up on the car, on the camera. So because this bit's more facing the sky, I'm going to have a bit more desaturation. The front bit will be facing not too much there, so maybe here. I was thinking about maybe adding a touch of green just in the background to really help the contrast. Just a touch around the wheels. Now I've got the window there, I've got some nice blue tones there, but to really add a surface I'm going to add some white streaks. Because this is on top, this will add another layer. So I want to have a fixed edge here of the white, and then underneath just to blend it out a bit. This is where watching all those Bob Ross videos back in the day really helped, because he described when he was making mountains to have a hard edge and smooth it out at the bottom. So that's what I think of when I do this. So I have a hard edge and smooth it out at the bottom. Okay, see how that's lifted the glass up a bit, and then maybe just a touch around here. I might add a little bit of white just around here, just so it looks like it's faded down, just to isolate the car a bit more. There. Maybe a little bit on this side. So yeah, it's looking good so far. This is the background not being too neat, I'm just slapping on the white paint. Okay, so I'll do the rest in time lapse because it'll be a lot of the same things. We need to add a little bit of orange here for the indicator lights on the front, some more details on the grille. But yeah, I'll do that in time lapse. So I've added a couple of details now, a few off screen as well. Just I can't record everything that's going on. Like I added this imp logo in the background with a blue brush pen. I thought that'd be kind of cool. Kind of give you a nice contrast between the colours of the car. And I thought along with that blue brush pen, just on tiny bits here, these are just minor details. So the blue, I want this bit to really be a deep contrast, so that creates like a very depth part. And then I noticed the black underneath wasn't quite blending with the blue very well, with the teal that I've got in the background, so I did a tiny bit of blue just on the wheels and a little bit on the inside. And then using the white gel pen, I did the highlights and all the specific areas and stuff, a few details of the grille. So yeah, looks really cool, nice Hillman imp painting. Really like how this one turned out. Didn't take too long. Everything just went smoothly. I didn't have to fix much. The only thing I had to really fix was the colour, because it's quite a unique colour. But yeah, overall, really awesome. Yeah, thanks for watching guys, and I'll see you later.